With the 60% mechanical keyboard becoming popularized throughout the years with the Poker, Ducky, and Am Pro, there have been many other companies making their own versions of the iconic form factor. The RK61 is not new to the scene, as it has been in the market for 2 years and has always been a popular choice due to its budget price. I was kindly sent out a copy by Banga to review. I wanted to see where this keyboard stands today in the highly flooded 60% pre-built market. The keyboard came in this orange box that seems to have gotten a design change from its previous batches, which was just a brown box. Inside you have the keyboard, a USB cable, and a keycap puller. I got the RGB version with the white case, which is $49.99, but there are also a static LED version, which is a bit cheaper. The case is made out of ABS plastic, which is common in budget keyboards such as the RK61 and the Am Pro 2. I think plastic cases are fine for the price, and my only complaint about the case is that they have a small logo on one of the sides of the keyboard, which I would have liked to see on the bottom for a more minimal look. However, what I do like about the case is the high profile design. This is when the key switches are not visible, and I think it provides a cleaner look than a low profile design with visible key switches. I know that this keyboard had a micro USB in the past, but it seems now that the USB-C cable is in use, which is a big upgrade. Also, unlike other common 60% keyboards, which has a USB port on the left side, the RK61 USB port is towards the middle. If you look at higher end custom mechanical keyboards, the USB port is usually towards the middle, but personally I am indifferent with this. And what matters is that the USB port is cut out tight, which it is for this keyboard. Almost all pre-built 60% use a tray mount design, but the RK61 is a bit special. Instead of securing the PCB to the case like a normal tray mount would, the RK61 has 4 screws on the bottom of the case that screw in with the plate and not the PCB. In theory, it would make this a bottom mount keyboard. The keycaps that come with the keyboard are OEM profile double shot ABS plastic. It states in the description that it is 1.5mm thick, but upon a glance you can tell that it is not even close to 1.5. Here's a side by side with GMK keycap, which are actually 1.5mm thick. Besides that, I think the font on the keycaps are actually pretty good. In older batches, some of the keys had disconnected fonts, but with my batch, you can see that they upgraded to a clean and minimal font that doesn't scream the gaming keyboard look. Although I have liked to see PBT keycaps since I do not like to shine from ABS, it is understandable for the budget-friendly price at $50. Since the layout is standard, however, it is easy to get replacement keycaps, and a very popular choice are the pudding keycaps, which would actually look really good with this keyboard. On the Banga description, it states that there are many versions of the RK61 with different brand switches, with the one I got selling their own RK switches. I ended up getting the browns, and looking at the switch, it says Wano on it, which I've never tried before. They do feel a bit scratchy, but the bump and spring weight of the switch is not bad. I'll try to loop them later to see if they feel better, but in the meantime, here's what they sound like. I expected the stabilizers to be worse, but surprisingly they're not too bad. There is a little bit of rattle noise, but due to the factory loop that come with the stabilizers, they are pretty decent. Also, since this isn't your typical tray mount keyboard, it does not have the center mounting post, making the typing experience a bit less stiffer. I think with a bit of mods, this keyboard could sound pretty good. The biggest feature on this keyboard, however, has to be its Bluetooth. The keyboard lets you connect up to 3 devices at a time and switch in between. It has a 1450 mAh battery, and on the website it states the RK61 supports up to 360 hours of standby or 10 hours of continuous, which is pretty good. I did not experience any latencies when I was testing, but as always, it is probably better to use it wired for gaming. Although there is a software for changing color modes and macro settings, the RK61 makes it really easy to use without a software at all. Personally, I hated using the GK61 software since it was so confusing, and I do not want to deal with one if I don't have to. The RK61 also has a really cool feature where they have the 4 keys of question-, alt, app, and control to act as arrow keys. You can change them back to normal by hitting function and enter, but I left them as arrows when using this keyboard since I really liked having those. If you're looking to get your first mechanical keyboard and are on a budget, I would highly recommend this keyboard. The only competitor that even has a Bluetooth feature would be the M Pro 2, which is $83 on Banggood right now, for Gateron switches and even more expensive for other switches. Other than that, the only other budget keyboard would be a GK61, which the RK61 easily beats in terms of features and looks. So in the heavily flooded 60% keyboard market today, the RK61 has a lot of things to offer, making it hard to beat as the best budget option. Thank you once again to Banggood for sending this keyboard out for review, and if you made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking, as it helps make these videos possible.